Hi, Dr. Paul Teich here, performing the Cobra Cycle for you. The Cobra Cycle, a set of yoga moves put together of my own design. Yoga, a system of healthcare designed thousands of years ago brilliantly to make people more one with the universe and to remove pain in the human body. Concerning removing pain in the human body, this is part of our Exercise for Life series. The Cobra Cycle, once again, addresses the fact that the creep phenomenon has been occurring in all of the discs in our spine as long as we have been sitting cumulatively every day of our lives. See me at www.dr.paulteich.com on the web and on YouTube. This to help normalize the spine and make us strong. These days, most men and women are terribly weak in their chest and arms, and in their very low back, which is the bottom of their kinetic chain and is supposed to be very strong, yet is very weak, and people wonder, why does my back hurt? Of course, don't do this without your doctor's permission. I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt. Here we go, the Cobra Cycle. I press up into Cobra. I'm going to hold it for 3, 5, or 10 breaths. My knees are about hip width apart. My feet are together. I'm pulling my heels towards my butt. My head is arched back to work on the curve in my neck, which is likely deficient as it is in 70 to 100% of Americans, and I'm holding it. From the side, this is what Cobra looks like. Cobra Cycle. I'm going to go into hands to feet. Cobra, hands to feet. I am not holding my toes. I'm pulling my toes towards me with the power of my feet, and I'm reaching as hard as I can with my stomach muscles. This is supposed to be a fire-producing exercise and a weight loss exercise. I touch my chin to my chest to see if I feel pulling down my spine. If I do, I need to do it more. I go back to Cobra. I'm in Cobra, head back, using my back muscles to hold myself up. I could nearly pick my arms up and I wouldn't fall because I'm using my back muscles to hold myself up. I'm going to walk over to your left and hold for maybe 5 deep breaths. 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths. Back to the front and into hands to feet. You can't bend forward and backward too many times. And I'd hold that for up to 5 breaths. Back to Cobra. I'm going to walk over to your right and hold it for maybe 5 breaths. I'm getting out lateral disc bulges right now. It's slower than surgery, but doesn't invade the body. 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths. Really, I'd be taking breaths in and out, which I'll do next, as deeply as I can. Taking the breath in as deep as I can, holding it for a second, no longer, and breathing only through my nose, and breathing out as deeply as I can, so as to expand my lungs as big as I can expand them and to get out all of the stale air from my lungs as possible. And back to Cobra. I'm going to raise my left hand and hold it up there for maybe 5 deep breaths. 2 breaths, 3 breaths, 4 breaths, 5 breaths, and down. And coming back to hands to feet. Can't bend forward and backward too many times, and hold that for 3 breaths, 5 breaths, or 10 breaths, using my stomach muscles to go forwards. And going back into Cobra. I'm going to walk over to my right. Now I'm getting out lateral disc bulges. I'm pulling my heels towards my butt. I'm pulling my head back to work on the curve in my neck. I am using the muscles in my back to hold me up, and were I industrious, I'd be trying to hold up my knees in the air too. Very difficult. So many things can be done from such a small little exercise. One of the most important in the whole system of yoga. Going back to hands to feet. I'm making this quicker so it can be a short video. And I will hold my hands to feet for 3 breaths, 5 breaths, or 10 breaths. And going back to Cobra. Now, I'm going to walk over to your left and raise your left hand. Still getting out posterior and posterior lateral disc bulges. Strengthening, stabilizing, increasing the flow of blood, lymph, nerve, and energy through the whole body. Hand down, back to Cobra, and into hands to feet. Next, we'll walk to the other side and raise the other hand. And holding hands to feet, using my stomach muscles to do it. For 3 breaths, 5 breaths, or 10 breaths. And going back to Cobra. And I will walk over to your right, it's always left side first, and going to raise your right hand. Getting out those lateral disc bulges, breathing in, holding it, breathing out. Hand down and back to hands to feet. Why is it so important to breathe in and out as deeply as you can and only through your nose? Back to hands to feet. Well, if you've ever seen a beam of light coming in a window and all of the dust in it, that is always in all of the air all around us. And many people breathe in through their nose and out through their mouth, keeping all that dust in them. You need to breathe in and out through your nose. Your nose is actually made for breathing and your mouth isn't. Here I am in Cobra, and I have done Cobra. I have walked to one side, I have walked to the other side. I have raised one hand, I have raised the other hand. I've walked to one side and raised one hand, and walked to the other side and raised one hand. And now comes the hard part. I'm going to try and raise my left knee. There it is, up off the ground. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 breaths, 5 breaths, or 10 deep breaths. I've raised that knee and back to hands to feet. For 3 breaths, 5 breaths, or 10 breaths, and back to Cobra. Seems like a lot of movement for not even getting off the ground, people have told me. I'm going to try and raise my right leg. And there I go, raising it in the air. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 breaths, 5 breaths, or 10 breaths. It's hard. That's strengthening the bottom of your kinetic chain. A similar exercise would be reverse hyperextension, the best exercise known outside of yoga for strengthening the low back. And I'd go back to hands to feet. I am strengthening my spine in a way I've never done before. I'm stabilizing my spine. I'm reducing pain. And I'm going back to Cobra for my last Cobra, and I might hold that for 10 deep. Now in my last Cobra, I'm going to try and do the impossible. I'm going to try and raise both knees up off the ground. There I go. All you can do is feel them getting lighter. Masters can float. I can't float, but I'm working on it. And I can feel my entire low back kicking in, getting strong. Don't hurt yourself. Get permission from your doctor before you do it. Thank you very much. And back to hands to feet. So we have performed our entire Cobra cycle, arms and legs. It's always been backward first. It's always been forward second. And then at the end, half spinal twist. There's several different ways to do it. This is the easiest spinal twist. We wouldn't want you breaking your knee. Get your doctor's permission first. And we twist. So that is one way to do half spinal twist. That's the easiest. Then would be one leg out and one leg on the inside of the other leg, and you twist. Half spinal twist. Twisting your neck as far as you can twist your neck. Twisting your spine as far as you can twist your spine. And always, as my old yoga partner Felice taught me, always twist to both sides when doing half spinal twist. I'm not looking at the camera now because your neck should be turned as far as you can turn your neck. Your spine should be turned as far as you can turn your spine. So that's the easiest one. The second easiest one is with the leg on the inside, and you twist to both sides. The third one, your leg goes over the other leg, and you twist. This is the one I'm hoping most people can do. And you would twist 3, 5, 10 deep breaths, something like that. And then you pick up your arms to twist for your core. You always got to throw something in for the core. And then you twist around to the other side. One hand goes down behind you, the other hand on your leg aids your twist. 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 10 breaths, and then you would switch legs. Top leg goes down, bottom leg comes up and crosses. We twist in one direction, twisting your spine as far as you can twist your spine, twisting your neck as far as you can twist your neck. Half spinal twist, very important move. In bend backward, bend forward, and twist to the side. That was our spinal mobility class and exercise for life standing. This is the sitting version. I pick up my hands to twist for my core. I spin around to the other side and twist. Spine as far as I can twist my spine. Neck as far as I can twist my neck. Working on over 300 muscles at one time. Great to do on commercials while you're watching TV. Get up, please. And then we're going to switch legs. Going to twist to one side. 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 10 breaths. Using the muscles in my spine and neck to turn me. I'm not relaxing. I pick up my arms and twist for my core. Another 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 10 breaths, all in and out through the nose. I'm going to twist around to the other side and do half spinal twist other side. 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 10 breaths, and then we have performed Cobra Cycle. Hope you enjoy that. Thank you.